your face becomes smaller.
You think?
Yeah?
Well,
Yeah.
you know why?
Yeah? Why? You tell everybody?
I am on an intermittent fasting diet.
Wow, so proud.
So no food after 8.
Yeah.
I started, I think it's been about 1.5 months. I failed 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
5 times
About
only?
5 times.
Well, I'm not too happy about that because your tummy fats are like decreasing. And
What do
there's
you mean?
nothing left to hug.
Oh, I'm very happy about that.
Do you think
Yeah.
this will go on until after we get married?
Like, will I continue this after we
Yeah.
get married? I would like to.
Really?
I feel like now is the best time. My motivation level is at the highest for
because
me
of
to
the
lose
wedding?
weight. Yeah.
Wow.
After wedding, I hope the result is going to continue to carry me through.
Well, I'm guilty.
What about you? What have you been doing?
What have I been doing? Nothing. Eating?
No, you've been eating.
Eating at midnight.
I
That's
don't-
what I've been doing.
Well, you're not someone who gained fat easily.
Yeah, I try not to be complacent. Also, I'm stepping into the Star Awards season at this point of recording. So I should probably be like James and watch my diet. He's very disciplined. Amidst all the Chinese New Year festivities and celebrating, he really doesn't eat after 8.
I've been going to bed hungry every single night
Every
for the past
single night.
1.5 months.
Yeah, James is constantly on social media every single night just watching food reels. I don't know how he doesn't get up and eat some
Those
food.
are the best.
Okay, anyways, on that note of social media, today we're going to talk about social media. Hi, my name is Hazel,
Hi, my name is James.
and welcome to another episode of
The Couples Classroom.
Hey, you got it right.
After 20 times of saying that for that.
Okay, darling, have you heard of the term context collapse?
No, I've not. Can you explain a little bit more?
Okay, this term is a digital sociological term, context collapse. Can you imagine this? On social media, all of your audiences merge into one mega awkward audience. I'm talking your family, your colleagues, I'll give you that your haters, possibly your exes, your
Right.
friends, your distant cousins, all of this audience base wrapped up into one target audience.
Right.
And it gets a bit awkward. And the stories you post, the stuff that you put up online has to cater to this group of people. Right? So basically the context collapses into one single layer.
Right.
And more often than not, this harms a lot of relationships.
Okay.
Can you picture it this way? Like a couple putting up their story on social media. How are you going to cater to all these audiences at one go? The idea of context collapse is like having to tell one story for all of them at one go. And it forces you to low-key edit your relationship before it's even ready for the world to see. So today we're going to talk about this question by raving_panda. What does it feel like to have your relationship being so public on social media? Okay, to answer that question, first of all, we are both content creators.
Yep.
And I am a radio DJ, I'm a host, I love to dance, I love to sing. So content creation is very, very integrated into my career and my everyday life.
I think one thing people don't realize is that content creation is a real job. It's 2026 and we feel it because this is our job. Like some people say, how do you get so much time doing content? And I'm thinking, if I'm not doing content, I'm not doing anything. So content creation is what we do to make money.
Yeah.
It's what we do for our marketing.
Yeah. I feel like content is especially important for James. You know, every morning once he wakes up, he's going to be on like his email, replying to clients who might have seen his videos on TikTok, on Instagram, and therefore reached out to him to get his help on like wedding tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Here's what I always think, right? Whenever I wake up in the morning and I receive email, it's as if like there are customers right outside my shop knocking on the door. And then if I don't attend to it, I feel bad. I feel like, oh my gosh, they're knocking on the door. They want to come into my shop to buy something. I have to open the door for them. That's why whenever an email comes in, I have to attend to it.
Yeah. But I'm glad your content is taking you far though. Like you have a lot of clients from the United States, Philippines, stuff like that, you know.
Thank you.
So that's good. Yeah. But we also know not many other couples are like us. I mean, we have couples who love sharing their stories online. Ourselves, Sim and Bay, our very good friends, Marcus Sim and Gladys
Yeah,
Bay.
shout out to them.
Yeah, other couples like that. But we also have so many couple friends who are not posting their stories online for good reason. An example, my radio colleague Qi Jia and her husband Kevin. So the last time I saw her post anything husband related, probably her wedding photos from like years ago.
Yes.
That was shot so beautifully. But I remember asking her, hey, why don't you share your life with your husband? And she had mentioned like, you know, my husband isn't really the kind who likes to post about himself online. So we take it privately.
Yep.
And I totally get that and I respect that.
Yep. I agree. I have close friends. I mean, most of our friends, they are not content creators. For me at least. And they work just as well.
Of course.
Like us. And just because we are posting things online doesn't mean that we are sweeter or not as sweet as other couples out there. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has their own way of running their relationship, and being on social media isn't necessarily one of them.
Yeah, it's like us when it comes to 8 p.m. on a weekday or weekends. What do?
We post things.
Yes. we'll pause our dinner,
Really?
type a caption, post, resume our dinner.
Exactly. We'll take like 10 minutes to like just schedule that thing and then get on with our lives.
Yeah, and it's a very unspoken rule for us. Like automatically 8 p.m., 7:30
exactly.
p.m. we're like, you know what? Let's post this. Our everyday conversation in the car. What are we posting today?
Yeah.
Are we posting this today? Is this video done?
It's so integrated
These are the
into
things
our
we talk
lives.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please follow us. Hey Hi Hazel, jameswong.kl and James and Hazel. Okay?
Yep.
Do you remember how long we've kept our relationship private before we went public?
I think it was about a year. 1 year?
A year plus.
One
indeed.
year,
Yeah?
1 month?
Yeah. So do you feel like by doing this, we basically cheated the system a bit? Like we allowed ourselves some time to just get the foundation ready,
Right.
build a stronger foundation before we were honest with the world as to what we were dealing with.
The reason why we revealed our relationship only after our engagement, right? It was a very deliberate choice.
Yes,
that
for
I
sure.
think we both discussed and we've agreed, let's do it after the engagement. The reason is because I feel like when I put our relationship out into the world, it's as if like I'm putting this boat out into a crashing wave.
Oh,
And whatever we post, we're gonna face the rough wave. Sometimes it will be a sunny day.
yeah, a nice sunny day out.
At the sea, but most of the time it is gonna be
Rocky.
And during the dating phase, I feel like there are a lot of things we have not discussed, we have not agreed with. And if we were to put this relationship, no pun intended, out into the rough wave, I feel like that's gonna cloud a lot of our judgment. Like if people are gonna say certain things, that is gonna move our goal or that's gonna move our intentions. And I didn't want that. I want us to be able to come together as a unit to really get our foundations right before putting it out there for people to judge and to have their public opinions on this matter.
Exactly. I remember someone asked me on Instagram once, like, was it like an agreed decision between both of us to only go public after the engagement, and why was that so?
Yep.
So to answer the question, yes, it was a unanimous decision between the both of us. Why only after the engagement? This is because I've learned this lesson the hard way. I used to be in this like previous relationship, and me being me, I'm the extroverted kind of person. I love sharing about my life, and that's when I decided to go public about my previous relationship. But fate has it that didn't end well, and I am not like upset over the breakup or anything. We're still like on talking terms, me and my previous boyfriend. But I do feel that awkwardness when listeners or like followers who follow my story start to ask me, hey, what happened to your relationship? Oh, Hazel, I thought you were in a relationship. And that started to become it was a bit difficult for me to answer. It's so weird to tell them, oh, we broke up. And then they'll be like, oh, why? I'm so sorry. And then I will be like, oh, no. It's actually like, I'm not upset about it. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that feeling of having to answer to other people over my own decisions. After that relationship, I really learned it the hard way. I told myself in my subsequent relationships, I will only go public about it after we get engaged. Because that also carries more weight.
Right.
When you're just dating, right, people will just feel like, oh, okay, this is just another person that this person is dating.
Yeah.
But if it's an engagement, people will feel like, wow, this is a person that he or she wants to build a life with.
It's more serious.
Yes, like
right?
immediately the public sentiment is a bit different, which is what I want. Like I want my my relationship, I want people to treasure it as much as I do. I want to share this happiness with everyone and for them to feel it as meaningful as I think it is. Yeah. So did you go public in your like previous relationship?
I did.
Back then were you in content creation?
No. With my previous partner, we went public, but I wasn't a content creator. So it nobody really cares like who I am,
Don't say that.
who I was dating, you know. But I definitely agree with you. And I'm very happy that we actually only revealed our relationship when we got engaged.
Right.
That felt more serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are taking us more seriously as well.
Exactly. Except one person who sold us out.
Who's that?
G.E.M, Deng Ziqi.
Oh. So for those of you who do not know this story, let me share with you guys. So we love going to concerts.
Yeah.
Where one of the concerts we went to was G.E.M, Deng
Yeah.
Ziqi.
Love G.E.M.
Love her.
Love.
She's such a gem. But so we went there and then we sat down. We're pretty near the stage. Right? So we sat down and then the concert went super well. And towards the end, there was this segment which is Kiss Cam. Very popular thing to do in concerts. And I've been to many concerts and I've never been on a Kiss Cam. So I sat next to her and then we watched the Kiss Cam go on. In my head, I was thinking, and then I actually asked her hey, what if what if the camera pans to us and we end up being on the Kiss Cam? What will you do?
And my answer was like, babe, there's 55,000 people here. There's no way this Kiss Cam would pan to us.
Yeah. Just as she finished saying that sentence, I look up and my face was plastered on that screen.
Two of us on the Kiss Cam on the big screen.
I know. I was so shocked. And I think instinctively, I put my hand up and I did this. I didn't know where the camera was, but I was just doing this.
It was so funny because James didn't know where the camera was. But when I saw the screen, I knew immediately right away that the camera was on my right. So I turned around and I put up like a heart sign.
Yeah.
We were so awkward. Like we were plastered there onto our seats. And Chen Ning beside me was laughing so loudly. She was like slapping her thigh laughing.
And one thing in my head, I was so worried that the camera wasn't going to turn if we don't kiss. So I think we were there for like 3-4 seconds.
A solid 3-4 seconds.
It felt
And
like an hour to me, man.
Yeah, and I could hear the people around us cheer. And after that, I received so many WhatsApp. Dong, 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 dong. And I opened up. One of them was from my bosses. The boss of my boss of my boss, okay? She was like, haha, dating ah. I'm like, oh, hey, you're here too.
Yeah, so that is a very special story to us because we didn't want to go public, but G.E.M had
Other plans
for us. So thank you, G.E.M. If you're watching this podcast, we would love to invite you over one day to sit with us.
Manifesting that, Deng Ziqi. So why was engagement the chosen moment and not like the wedding?
Oh, that was what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, actually, why?
Okay, for me, I feel like it's because I cannot wait till the wedding day.
Really?
There are many things I want to do. Even as a couple, when we're dating, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, I want to do this content. I want to do this couple content. But it's because we don't want to reveal it during the dating phase. So the next good time to reveal it will be our engagement.
We actually shot our very first content together March of 2024.
Wow.
That was when our couple account was created. Back in 2024.
Oh, the love story?
No, that one.
Oh, yeah.
In Bintan. But we didn't dare to put it. As of now, it's still archived in our James and Hazel. Like,
right.
After the account went public, like the very first post was the one about our engagement. But actually, long time ago, we already put up something else.
Yeah, maybe if this video gets 100K
Wow.
views, we will release that video.
Is it enticing? I don't know. It's just like two people making a simple everyday video.
Yeah.
But that was nice. That was very, very nice.
I remember doing that video and we're thinking, will we actually release that one day?
Yeah.
And then we were like, never mind, you know what? Let's just take first. And then whether we want to release it or not, that's another thing to talk about.
Yeah, so after we posted about our relationship, I actually feel more validated. Not by anybody out there, but by my own emotions. I'm like, finally, I can be myself online and offline in public. I don't have to go about hiding, or like not showing people the truest side of me.
Here's my thought. When we started our James and Hazel account, it was so refreshing for me. You know why? For the longest time, I've been wanting to do lifestyle content.
Right.
But because of my own personal channel, it's very music-centric. I couldn't explore that part of content creation. Like I couldn't do cooking content because it would be too far off from my music content. Now that we have James and Hazel, I can do anything I want. I can do travel, I can do cooking,
Yep.
I can do arts, whatever, dancing even. And yes.
James knows how to do the robot dance. He will show you one day.
If this reel gets 100, everything is about views. But yeah, I really like this James and Hazel account because to me it's like a baby.
Yep.
It's like a business, and I feel like I want to have something that we both own together from scratch.
Exactly. Our behavior online definitely did change a lot after we announced our engagement, didn't it, baby?
I think so. I believe it did.
On our couple account, we could share a lot more sweet moments that might, I admit, typically may not appeal to maybe single people out there, but definitely our target audience will be other couples who are looking to improve, grow together, stuff like that,
There are some reels that we did, and then couples, came up to us and tell us, hey, that particular thing that we did in the reel, that also happened in their relationship.
Yep.
And we love to hear that because it just shows that things happens to every couple.
Yep.
Not just your own relationship.
And we've had, of course, a lot of reaction from our friends, from our audience as well. People who love us, people who are close to us. They tell us, we enjoy our content so much. But of course, as we talked about in previous episodes, there have been some nasty comments by audience who are just guessing like when this relationship will fall apart. They're placing bets on whether the marriage would last, stuff like that. They don't really affect me too much, but I'm definitely still afraid that it affects my loved ones, like our mothers who might be reading the comments or our future kids, stuff like that.
How do you deal with negative comments though? Is there a way that you deal with it?
For me, I don't read it. Like when this podcast just got publicized, the couples classroom, I believe there might have been a fair bit of people criticizing us and once again guessing when we would break up. I didn't even read all of those until one of my fans came to drop me a DM and said, Hazel, I hope you're not affected by these negative comments. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? What negative comments? I totally didn't see anything. Because the people who love us only left positive stuff on our personal platforms.
Right.
And I didn't go and read the comments on other platforms. So that's a way I navigate. I don't allow myself to indulge in those negative emotions.
There's this one thing I heard from this wise man, and he said this about negative comments. He said, if someone gives you a dirty socks as a gift and you choose not to take it, whose socks does this belong to? So when someone decides to give us dirty comments and we choose not to take it, we say, hey, not today, Satan. That gift belongs back to the person who's giving us the gift.
Yeah, Satan.
Yeah, so Satan. So that is my approach to negative comments. Yeah, I will not take it. I will not lower down my EQ, my IQ to even, read your comment. Like if you want to get to me, you get to my level then.
Yep.
If you want to judge me, get in the queue.
Okay.
Moving on.
But I have to say, there is a difference between negative feedback and constructive feedback.
Yeah.
So we've received a lot of constructive feedback from our friends as well.
Oh, yes.
One of them being our dear bridesmaid. She actually approached James and talked to James about comments. And I remember her saying something along the lines of, she appreciates our couple content. She knows that we've been putting a lot of effort and hard work.
Yep.
And she appreciates it. But some content may seem a bit too try hard or a little too close for comfort. And we took that comment very seriously. That's when we really stepped back. And in that period, we stopped posting a lot. Like we really started to QC every single piece of content. I remember there's this one reel that has garnered, I think, almost about 1.3 million views on James and Hazel now. It is the one where I documented myself waking James up in the middle of the night, asking him if Hazel and a piece of salmon dropped into the ocean, who will you save first?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
that's a
in
good content though.
Yeah, in his sleep, he answered, okay, of course I'll save you first, baby. I just thought that was so funny. So I made a video out of it and posted it online.
Yeah.
And would I post similar things now in this phase? My answer would be no, because maybe that might be too close for comfort for some people. Right. Because maybe there's a lot of baby talk.
Okay, so this baby thing, let's talk about it. Because in our private life, when I talk to Hazy, I refer her to as hey baby.
No, you don't say hey baby.
Okay, I say baby.
You say hey baby. You say
Baby.
yeah.
So when we started content creation, when we were very new to it, the way we do things seems a little bit too
raw.
Too raw. That's
Yeah.
the word. And maybe to some people they are not used to it. Maybe you do this in your personal relationship, but you won't do it in front of other people.
Yeah.
But because we did it, and we took a video, it becomes like we are doing it in front of our audience.
Yeah, and I totally get it. And some of my closer colleagues, or people I work with, clients even, maybe when we're having like some conversations, they'll ask me, oh, has your identity shifted into being a unit, like a duo together with James? And I'm like, oh, it's funny to see it that way because in the way I view it, I'm sharing something that's meaningful to me. I totally didn't like see that you would see me as a unit now because I still try to retain what I do, my personality as a radio DJ, a host, stuff like that. That's separate from my role as a fiance, as a wife to be, right? And that's why we have two separate accounts. Hey Hi Hazel, James and Hazel. But to some people, it's very gelled together and the lines are very blurred. And some people might not like the shift, but some people might, namely the close to 15K audience who maybe follow us on James and Hazel. I'm very, very thankful that you guys, appreciate what we do.
Right.
But also at the same time, I'm trying to strike a balance.
So that's what it means for the context collapse, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
talking about, because to me, I felt the same way. We have different group of audiences watching, like our parents. For me, I have my students' parents watching it, my students watching it. So I remember when we launched our couple account, one of my students actually came up to me and he said, Teacher James, why did you leave the prawn in the car? So he saw one of our prawn videos and then I don't know how to respond. I don't know how to respond in a teacher
teacherly
manner.
way, yeah.
Because in class I'm like, oh, do this, do that. Even though I'm quite friendly with them. But then when they start asking about my private relationship life, sometimes I'm a bit like, oh no, like, and you know what? Then there was this one time when I went to this house and then the helper came up to me and she asked, are you James from like jameswong.kl? And then at that point I was like, oh no, like someone actually, sees another side of me online.
Right.
So I'm trying to strike this balance between a musician, who's a wedding pianist who don't really talk in his video to now, babying like 50 times in a video. So I'm trying to strike a balance between these two in quote unquote persona.
Yeah. And on that note, that's some boundary that we try to keep out as well. Like I remember we'll make some couple reel and then before I even start recording, James will tell me, baby, no saying baby in the video, okay? But sometimes it just comes so naturally. I'm not going to call him James. Like, hey James, can you do this for me?
Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
usually just call him baby or fat or cute or bebe. These names that he
I can get why people are cringing right now.
appear in the reel, so we try not to say that. Correct, Fat?
Yeah. Yes, baby.
So there are certain things that we try to keep private.
Or tone it down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and trust us, to this day, to this very moment, we're still trying to find that perfect point.
Yep.
But I don't think there ever will be, right?
I think we'll get closer and closer to it where people starts getting more comfortable with us because we want to feel real offline or online as well. We don't want to feel like we are a different person, online and then a different person offline.
And namely also because, we are always in different phases of our life. Now we're about to get married. What happens after we are married? Maybe we're about to become parents, then we be parents. These different phases, to strike that equilibrium, I would say is definitely not easy. But, we are hopefully getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to all your constructive feedback.
Yes, we do take those very seriously and that gives us like a third person view of our account. And then that allows us to become a better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of, this account doing life together as a couple.
Yeah, and the couples classroom as well. Oh, I remember one more example.
Sure.
I was speaking with this influencer. She has a really loud personality and a really loud voice.
Oh.
She's lovely. I love her. But one time, she said to me in my face, oh, ho, 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 Hazelle Teo be making her engagement part of her personality. And like at that moment, I was just so surprised And I was so shocked. And I looked at her, I didn't know what to say. So in the end, how I reacted? And that was the end of it. Like, I did not know how to respond to that. She was being very blatant, very straightforward. I appreciate that. But how else could I have responded? Like, because in my opinion, she made that seem like a bad thing. But to me, it's just like sharing something that's very close to my heart and very meaningful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is one thing I've learned about sharing, and that is sharing a part of your life can feel natural to you, but it might be different for the other party on the receiving end, right? Once it leaves your hands, it enters other people's interpretations. It goes through this filter based on their own like experience, their own imagination, their own life story, right? So it turns into a totally different thing. And that's what I've been trying to manage like this whole time.
Okay. I think all in all, I still really like that we have a couple channel. Like what I mentioned, what I mentioned earlier on, we are not doing this, for fame or for money, but at the most fundamental level, I want to create something that's ours from the start. When you manage a couple account together, it's almost like a business. We are having a lot of conversation about what are we going to do, how are we going to grow this thing together, and of course in the midst of it, how are we going to benefit from it as well. We are doing this challenge where in the month of Feb, we are posting one video every single day, and we're going to see what changes does it bring to our James and Hazel account. And because of this, we're having a lot of conversations. We are brainstorming a lot of ideas, and this helps us a lot with our creativity.
Yeah, and we can see that because our numbers have grown by like 500 followers in the past few weeks. Might be very little for some like big content creators, but to us, we are contented. And we love it when couples drop us DMs or like comments and tell us, they benefited from our videos or sharing on the couples classroom. So thank you so much for that. Is there anything we would have done differently though? I feel like, as I mentioned, we are still in this trial and error stage, and I feel like I will never leave this stage. It will constantly be us testing and applying what works and dropping what doesn't. So no, I second James. I feel like I am very happy to have created the couple account, and we are just looking forward to making more content.
And this is what content creation is. I once heard this quote, I'll live with this, and that is, content creation is basically you throw paint on the wall and you see what sticks. So we are going to continue to throw paint on the wall, whether you like the color of the paint. I'm sorry, you can't choose, but we're going to keep throwing paint. And then when we see what sticks, we're going to keep throwing that color.
Yeah. So let's hope we create this very beautiful canvas. And to wrap it up, to other couples out there who are sharing your story online, or even if you're not attached, you're an individual sharing your experiences online, I just want to share that you can never please 100% of the people around you, especially in this context collapse era where all your followers are everywhere from the different age groups, There's no way you can please 100% of them. So I think just be sincere in what you do and seek happiness in yourself. I think that's the most important.
Well said.
So remember, there's no one correct timeline, just the one that protects your peace.
And as always, if you have any questions, stories, drop us a DM on James and Hazel IG page, and we will reply and maybe share this story on our couples classroom.
We are on TikTok as well, so thank you so much for tuning into this episode of
The Couples Classroom.
New episodes weekly, Saturday 8 p.m. on MediaCorp Entertainment on YouTube, Me Listen, Me Watch, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So we'll see you there.
See you there.